Shocks. That's where we stopped in the last episode of this Lemming build for Dries. So that's where we will continue. Okay, I already did two. If you saw the previous episode, you know we were going to do this kind of lean version of this shock. And yeah, we built two. I will later find out if this is front or rear, and I will also need to measure up these springs to see what we actually have. But they feel really well. I built those yesterday, and I've been cycling them a lot, and everything is still nice and clean and dry. So that's good. Now, how do we build them together? Let's do one together and see how that works. We are using the green slime just to make sure everything is properly built, and the green slime goes on the blue X-rings from Traxxas on every side. You want it on every side, and I've noticed it's really hard to put it in here. I've tried numerous times that I can't do it. So what does work is put it over the shaft, and then also put a spacer over, and now we can somehow slowly find a way, help it in, and that's how it works best. Let me grab a paper towel and clean it up. And then there's a second one I'm gonna need. Where's my reading glasses? That's way better. So now we can all see what I'm doing. As you can see, there's a difference in color. These were already in there. I used I took some new ones to make sure we keep all the oil in, because that's what we want to do with this seal pack. Keep all the oil in. Again, I'm going to clean this off. You don't want this on the threads. And then it's this cap, and the second one sits like this, and we slowly screw it together like this, and you can feel it when it's tight. I didn't have to close one up completely. Let's feel this. It cycles really nice. And there's actually no play. So I've been working with a lot of shocks. A lot of them were cheap ones. These are proper, really nice shocks, and the play is minimal. Okay, what do we do next? What I do is I start building them together a little bit more. Use my shock pliers, put a rod end on, and also these plastics are very good from Traxxas. These ones. I will maybe replace the balls in there, and we just want to close up all the threads like this. Perfect. And then there's this one. I'm not doing the spring on, but this is how far the shock can travel. So I need to have this amount of play. Okay, you can see how much is left, so it can't go all the way up. We are filling this one up with Lozi 20 weight, the clear one, and as I feel the other shocks, that is perfect. Let's see. Okay, now I don't have to fill it up all the way to the top. Somewhere the threads start, and I want to fill it up something like this, I think. Maybe one more drop. Okay, let's give it a rest over here. I hope the camera picks this up, the level of the fluid, when I put the shaft into the body. So the volume is going to raise the level. The volume of the shaft is going to raise the level. And if you have a narrow shock body, that's going to be, going to have a bigger effect than when you have a really big body. So I want to have the shaft all the way in, and then we use one of these, and there's the flat spot. That's where the air can go out, or the excessive amount of oil, because as always I will have used too much oil. Let's just make a little paper towel coil, and the flat spot is over here. So we will just keep on, and I need to make sure the shaft stays all the way in. You can see how much oil is bleeding from the shock, and we are finished. So not the most handy procedure, but I don't make a lot of mess this way. Now let's see if we have enough oil out of the shock, and I think we have. I can already see this one on here, and it's perfect. Yeah, great. So yeah, it is tight, and it is probably just as the previous one, not leaking. Okay, so this one I didn't bleed enough, or the shaft wasn't all the way in, and then what you get is hydro-locking. So I can pull it all the way out, but I can't pull it all the way in. That's pure physics. You cannot compress a fluid. So I need to do the bleeding one more time, and we can do that, and it's not going to be much. So I'm going to leave the towel out. I really want to see. Yeah, there it is. There it is. That was exactly what we needed. This little bit of oil you see here is exactly what we needed. That's how that works. Put this one on, and yeah, there it is. Another one. Let's do some spring tuning. We want to see which springs we want to use. I think I want like 1 pound per inch springs, maybe a little bit more in the rear. This is a 0.6 wire diameter, and it's 35 millimeter long spring. So we can put it on here. We zero it out. We put this block in between. I move it like 1 centimeter, 10 millimeter. So we have 0.1 kilogram per centimeter. That is a 0.56 pound per inch spring. So that's a really soft spring. But now let's take the same one in a 0.7 wire diameter. We're going to put that one in. Zero out preload. Move it 10 millimeters. And now we have a 1.1 pound per inch spring. So this is a usable one. Now, how much does the length of a spring make this spring stiffer or firmer or softer? Let's see that one, because we always also have a 0.7 wire diameter, but this is a 40 millimeter long spring. I will not need to do this preload on the 40 millimeter one. Like this, zero it out. Okay, and then we add 1 centimeter, and it is actually a softer spring. 0.167, that is a 0.9 pounds per inch spring. So I think I want to use this one. It's actually 0.95. I think I'm going to use this and see how the vehicle behaves. Yeah, that's a good starting point. And here he is. The shocks are mounted. Now, we did do a few things. First of all, these feel real nice. They do feel real nice. I also cut the rear end down, but these feel real nice, and I think the travel of these ones is perfect. These are the lighter ones, and that also feels real nice. We're back. The more I work with this one, the more I realize it needs a good bit of my attention. And where we are now is a good spot. Is a good spot. Next step is electronics. So we are on a place which I like. Now, what did we do in the meantime? We've mounted the shocks. I don't remember if I already said that or not. We have this plate on here. We managed to get the servo in here, real nice. So it's the 55 kg, the BLS 4355, which has been tested on Bolt for a long time. And as you can see, it sits lower than the axle or the servo mount, which is a good thing. And up here, we do have our clearance now to put the servo horn on there, and then everything sits nice. It all fits, and maybe I can show it over here. It really, also the pinion angle, can you, I will have to see later on how that shows up, but I think you can see it. I'm really happy on how the shocks are. Yeah, maybe this one needs to lay down another hole, but we need to do a test drive before we change anything else. I need to have a spacer in here. Yeah, another thing we changed, that is we cut the body down, the chassis rails down, and now it sits just a tiny bit more forward, and that's gonna be perfect on the wheels. Let me put a wheel on here. Where are you? There you go. And now it sits, yeah, it sits just a little bit more over here. It sits just perfect now. So we needed a few more millimeters, and I think, as you can see, it fills it perfect. That will mean that on the front, since we moved it a little bit forward, I think we will need to cut out just not too much. I want to keep this lip is really firm. This is not so, but this lip is really firm, so I want to keep this lip, but then probably we might need to take it out a little bit more over here. No, that's not a real problem. Did I do perfect time management? You know I didn't, because there's other stuff in between going on also. I hope Dries gives me some credit and understands that I didn't really manage to make the deadline. Well, not that there was a deadline, but we kind of set before the summer, and it's gonna be during the summer. I hope you can see how nice this thing looks, and yeah, you saw the body already, and I think that one also sits very nice. So the end result will be something to be proud of, and I think Dries is going to like it, but I'm afraid I have to disappoint him for now by telling him he's gonna have to wait a little bit longer. I probably better make that call right now. Hope to see you on the next one. See you all there. Bye.